Hello everyone. So while the event's not sponsored, I did tell Stuart that I would treat him a drink at the end of the show today. Well, thank you so much for having me, VentureBeat. I'm excited to be in front of you. My name is Jerry. I'm the founder and CEO of Retention Science. This is my third company, and we're about 3 years old and about 50 employees. We've had the privilege working with amazing brands like Target, Honest Company, Dollar Shave Club, Beats by Dre, and today I'm honored in front of you to launch and publicly announce our very brand new product, Adaptive Lifecycle. So as Mark earlier talked about a lot of amazing sort of buzzwords that we all heard about, big data, personalization, so I'll continue the trends a little bit. So what is Retention Science? We are a predictive marketing software for retailers, e-commerce businesses to help them accurately identify the proper way of re-engaging with existing customers. We think that as marketers, you guys are incredibly busy, and not only you have to work with merchandisers, you have to work with logistics and creative people, and it is really, really hard to do your job well and at scale. So we decided to create an automation software to help you do your job better. So introducing Adaptive Lifecycle. So the whole goal is that it's completely artificial intelligence power. As marketers, you no longer have to figure out on day 2, you need to send this customer an email because she had left it an item in the shopping cart on your store. Or on day 10, because someone was on honest.com, looked at a pair of baby diapers, and you need to send a reminder email to her. So our whole goal is to really take that decision making out of the marketer's hands and then being able to actually funnel all that communication automatically through predictive intelligence. So I want to, before I show you guys, go into the product demo, which will really just highlight how easy it is and how simple we make it for marketers. I wanted to actually take a moment to show you guys just how hard actually it is to use the leading marketing softwares today. So I'm going to actually log into a platform. It's one of the leading marketing automation software today. And I am going to quickly show you how that process looks like. And I actually did try to set it up before, but due to security reason, they lock you out automatically. So just to show you guys, typically as a marketer, you have to generate a lot of different actions. And to create an event, these are all the different triggers and all the different settings you can create. So I want to send out an email 4 days after a certain action based on different engagements. So I could put in in different places. So there's a lot of different random tests you can do. And seems like it's the theme of the day is A/B testing, as John from Priceline.com had talked about. They really A/B test everything at scale. So the reality is that when you do all this A/B testing in the back end, it really requires a lot of manual work for a marketer to think through the step-by-step journey. And how do you actually determine whether or not this should be happening within 2 days or happening within 4 days? Once you have a split for different kind of behaviors, and again, you can actually set up duration, time, and send time. So again, what I just did is to kind of walk you through a leading software where it's very, very sufficient. It's an incredible tool for marketers. But at the same time, there's still a lot of thinking happening. There's still a lot of decisions need to be made based on your observation of what your customers are doing and how they're engaging with you. So what is adaptive lifecycle? Well, adaptive lifecycle, as the name suggests, is that it's leveraging machine learning technology to learn about the behaviors of your customers. So it's adapting as your customers behave differently. So instead of actually having to set up those rules to telling your how the emails or mobile push notification should be distributed, we're letting all your customers' behaviors tell you exactly how things should move. So let's say in this demo environment, let's say 1,823 people got to the Honest website. We noticed that out of those customers or prospects, about 692 of them have shown some sort of engagement, whether they watched Jessica Alba's video with Oprah, or they were just reading about why the products are eco-friendly. Some people actually added some items into their shopping cart, but actually left. So typically, as a marketer, you've already set up a bunch of drip campaigns, and oftentimes that requires a lot of rules that you're building into your system. But what we're saying now is that we're going to leverage machine learning, take away all that decision making out of your hands, and then being able to dynamically figure out who those people are and then put them into completely different types of marketing campaigns. So as you can see, what in this dendrogram is that we're essentially outlining every single customer's journey as they go through. So we're not building out a customer journey in advance. We're actually building out that journey as they go through, as they experience your website, interacting with the emails that you've sent. And then as they continue to experience with the websites and your mobile communication, then you can decide who's going to get promotions and who's going to get different types of engagement emails or mobile push notification. The end goal is that we can help identify what are some of the metrics, such as looking at your registration sources, and through what we call the Sankey analysis, is looking at the gap time between repeat purchase rate and between engagement. And based on those sort of baseline, we can actually figure out what's the best way to go back to them and figure out whether or not you're speaking to them in a very optimal campaign frequency as well as time of the day. And the goal at the end of the day is to actually help you identify how many churning users have you actually been able to capture and then bring them back to your store? How many revenue that was going to be at risk and then you brought them back? So what you didn't know about me is that 15 years ago, when I first moved to America from Taiwan, before I even learned how to speak English, I started my own site on eBay, and I started selling comic books, electronic games, and Game Boys. Remember those days? And what I did was I realized it was really, really difficult to actually create individual conversations with the customers. And as you guys, as marketing professionals or CMOs, you're trying to have those conversations with your customers. You're trying to, especially talking about millennials, you want your marketing to be authentic. So part of bringing the predictive technology to be able to identify what kind of engagements are relevant to you as a business? What are the actions that will turn into an action that leads to a conversion? That's what Adaptive Lifecycle is built to understand, and then to be able to create the follow-on action in order to capture what we call revenue at risk. And we're able to actually, through all the different engagement, we're actually able to look at the different revenue capture due to our learning, and you can also look at the key insights that machine learning algorithms are generating based on the different activities that we're capturing from the customer's behaviors. And then finally, I wanted to take the opportunity to show you guys also, based on all the understanding, we can also show you what we call retention science microscope. The whole idea is that oftentimes when people talk about big data and predictive technology, it's a black box. You have no idea of how data scientists and machine learning is really sort of assessing a score attached to your customers. How are they really understanding the customers? So what we've decided to do at Retention Science is that we want to break that down to you. We want to show exactly how we score every single customer. We want to help you understand exactly what we think that customer's future lifetime value is, what's his lifetime value, what do we think based on his or her engagement. Is she at risk, or is she a customer that's active, and therefore we should just kind of step back a little bit versus being very, very aggressive in terms of our marketing tactics. And finally, we can also assess purchase probability, the best time to reach out to them, as well as understanding where their average order value, things like that. So to conclude our launch today, the whole notion is at Retention Science that we believe that predictive marketing is the future. We're able to learn about customers' behaviors and then really leverage that data to empower marketers to make better and much more relevant communication with every single one of the customers. And as a result, we're having a better experience with them, and we're creating more relevant communication and conversation. And hopefully that leads to something that's more measurable, such as conversions and repeat engagement, which some of the speakers that I've spoken about earlier today. Thank you very much, and thank you, VentureBeat, for having us today.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jerry. So we're going into an afternoon break now. You want to make sure that you are back here for 3:20. That's 3:20, where you're going to see brilliant sessions from the likes of Deborah Upton-Camp of Spencer Stewart, Laurie Giamona, Pacific Gas and Electric, and Kieran Hannon of Belkin. So please be back here for 3:20. Thank you.